Hey, you're late. Where the hell are you? What time do you think it is right now? It's already 6. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm on my way home right now. You can't even keep curfew. You're making me wait. Just how many times do I have to tell you until you learn your lesson? Honestly, you're just like your father. He was always like this before he left us. He would cause me trouble and didn't even care that he was being an inconvenience. He was a selfish man, and now you've grown up just like him. You're his daughter, no mistake. Or are you doing this all on purpose just to spite me? Why can't you take a leaf out of your little sister's book and be more like her? Alice has always been such a good, smart girl ever since she was a little girl. She's the only one that took after me. But then there's you. You're an absolute disappointment. You're already a grown adult and you can't even do anything on your own initiative. You need me to tell you to do this and that, and you can't do any of the housework properly. I didn't raise you to be like this, so it's got to be because you've taken after your father. I keep on having to tell you over and over again to come home by 6, but you never make it on time. Why can't you just do as I say? What's so difficult about it? Pull yourself together. You're being such a nuisance. When are you going to be able to do what I want you to do without me reminding you or telling you how to do things? Mom, I really am trying. I've been doing my best to do all the chores while balancing my job. It's not like I'm running late because I've been going out with my friends. It's just that I can't avoid doing overtime on some days. I've got a lot I've got to do at work too. I can't believe you'd throw your sister under the bus like that. She may be going out with her friends in the evenings, but that's because she's already done more than enough for this house. She's entitled to have some fun. You're just like your father like that. He would always try to put the blame on someone else too. You should be embarrassed. You're supposed to be the older sister. You should be defending your little sister, not using her as a shield. And you better hurry up. I want you to make dinner as soon as you get in. I haven't eaten anything all day. I'm starving. I can't eat anything until you get back, so don't you dare make me wait any longer. You're the older sister, so it's your job to protect the house and make sure that we can all live comfortably. Yeah, I'll make dinner tonight, but I actually wanted to talk to you about that, Mom. There are times when I can't get home on time because of overtime at work. There really isn't anything I can do about that. So I was wondering if every now and then you could help me make dinner. It would really be a great help. Alice helps whenever she can, but she's studying for her qualification and I don't want to interrupt her when she's so focused. Excuse me? Are you seriously trying to order me around? Who do you think raised you? Who do you think fed you, clothed you, and paid for the house over your head? I can't believe it. I've never heard of a child that orders their own mother around. I'm not ordering you, Mom. I'm just asking if you could make dinner on the days that I can't. It's really difficult to keep a 6 o'clock curfew when I've got work and when there are personal errands I've got to run. It's been really tough having to make dinner as soon as I get into the house every single day. And it's not just the time it takes. The grocery shopping costs me a lot too. What are you trying to say? Spit it out. You know I hate it when you don't make yourself clear. I'm the one that's paying for the groceries every month, right? I'm paying for all 3 of us alone, and it comes to a pretty huge amount by the end of the month. I was just asking if you could help me. Please? I can't handle the cooking and the groceries on my own. And I'd be really happy if you could lift my curfew. I'm not a child anymore. I want some time to myself. Oh, my goodness. No! That's never happening. If I lift that curfew, there's no telling what an immoral, sleazy woman like you will do after you leave work. God knows that I'm doing my job as a mother to prevent you from going off the right path. But I'm an adult, Mom. I won't do anything that will cause you trouble. I just need to have more freedom to go where I want in the evenings. Like if I want to go out to see my friends. I still remember how Dad would be really late getting home, and I think that you're probably just forcing your image of him onto me. You're taking the years of frustration you had with him out on me. That's all you're doing. You've got a lot of cheek talking to your mother like that. You really are just like your father. I can't trust you. He would always go on and on about having work to finish and didn't come home until late. He was always making trouble for me. You've taken after him in every single way that I hated him. Wait, but Dad might have been really late getting home at night, but that was because he was working for our sake to earn money to pay the bills. He was doing his best, too. He wasn't being malicious about it. What? Are you going to talk back to me? Don't defend him. Either way, I'm not lifting your curfew. Just think about it. What would the neighbors think if they saw you out until late at night? You're just going to embarrass me if all of the neighbors start gossiping about how loose you are. There's no way I'm going to lift that curfew, so you better make sure you come back by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. Can't you trust me a little more? I'm your daughter. Please. If you want me to trust you, then you'll have to work much harder to prove that you're trustworthy. But you're already failing me as the eldest daughter, so I doubt that you'll be able to prove yourself to me. Hey, Mom, do you know where my bag is? I'm pretty sure I left it in the closet in my room, but it's gone. Oh, that expensive-looking designer bag? It's already gone. Huh? What do you mean, it's gone? There are a few other things that are missing from my room, too. Do you know where they all are? Did you go in my room while I was at work? What were you doing in there? That's no way to talk to your mother. You're making me out to be a criminal. I have every right to enter my own daughter's room whenever I want to. Unlike Alice, you need supervision. I've got to keep an eye on what you're doing in there and what you've got. Otherwise, you'll just cause chaos for all of us. What? Can't you respect my privacy? There are some boundaries you can't cross, Mom. Where's my stuff? You're taking a tone with me. I don't like it. But I was right to check up on you. I couldn't believe everything I found in your room. You've been buying all those expensive bags and items and hiding them away from me. It seems that you've been wasting money that's meant for the groceries and the bills on wasteful, unnecessary objects. So I had no choice but to confiscate everything. It's all been taken away. What? What do you mean it's all been taken away? You need to think about what the neighbors will think if they see you holding that kind of expensive bag. You're just waving around a good target for all the neighbors to gossip about. They'll all think you're buying those things with money you've earned unlawfully. It's suspicious. You're going to make a laughing stock out of me. You don't deserve something that expensive. From now on, I'll have to choose your bags and accessories for you so you don't embarrass me any further. What did you do with that bag? That bag Alice gave me for my birthday. Where is it? She worked so hard to save up the money to buy that bag for me. How could you take it away from me like that? What's wrong with you? Don't you dare speak to me like that. I'm your mother. I'll do what I think is right, and you can't question me. I made the right decision in selling it off, after all. A woman without any control over her emotions is bound to succumb to the lure of those kinds of temptations. I'm protecting you from sin by taking those things away from you. You're defying me and showing me disrespect because you've become corrupted by these designer bags. Why would you say that? It was a birthday present. I'm not doing anything wrong by keeping a present from Alice. Where's the money you got from selling my bag? That's none of your business. You don't need money. You need faith and discipline. You moving out to live on your own, and you don't even have a word of thanks for me for letting you live in this house up until now. The only reason why you can go and live on your own is because I'm giving you permission to. Usually I would never forgive this kind of wastefulness, but you insisted. Shouldn't you show a little more gratitude? Why do you have to say it like that? I moved out because I found a job that pays more, but it's too far to commute from home. I saved up the money I needed for my new apartment, all on my own. I even found a lease guarantor company to vouch for me because I didn't want to bother you with all that financial stuff. Don't be so smug. It only matters that you make sure you don't drag me down with you when you get into financial trouble. I think it more and more nowadays, but you really do act like your father. If Alice were moving out, she would thank me before saying anything else. It's such a shame you didn't take more after me. More importantly, you know my bank details, don't you? I let you hand me the money for the rent and bills in person while you were living with us, but from now on, you'll have to transfer the money to my account. Don't forget to send me the money on the 1st of every month, no matter what. Yeah, I'll be careful, but I was thinking that maybe you could start working part-time? What? I don't mean that I'm going to stop sending money or anything. I just mean that it might be good if you have a little more money to spare. What do you think about working somewhere in the area part-time? You can't seriously be saying this to me. Are you telling me to go and work at a supermarket or a convenience store like some beggar? What an insult! Do you really want the entire neighborhood to laugh at me behind my back? But if you don't work, then it's just going to become more of a burden for Alice to pay towards the rent and bills. If you earn some money, then you can use that to spend on things you want. Are you trying to lecture me? I'm the mother here. You're unbelievable. I've never heard of a child that talks back and lectures their own mother. It looks like I must have made a mistake in the way I raised you. You've taken after your father so much, I should have done more to make you get rid of those habits when you were a child. Do you really have to talk about me like that? What did I do that was so wrong? I'm just suggesting a part-time job for your sake. I didn't mean to order you around or remind you of Dad. You're just a child. You don't have any right to tell me to start working. I deserve some rest after everything I've done for you. Maybe I'd listen to your suggestions if you paid as much as Alice does towards the bills, but you don't. Alice has always been considerate enough to give me $2,000 every month for the rent, bills, and for me to spend on my own hobbies. But in comparison, you barely pay anything. You should be ashamed of yourself for being so arrogant. All right, it doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, don't forget to transfer the money. I want it on the 1st of every month. Got it? Hey, you. Are you planning on coming home this year? Yeah, I was planning on coming home with Alice for the Christmas holidays. Work isn't as busy during the winter season, so it's easier to take time off. Is that so? What is it? Did something happen? No, I was just thinking that you have a lot of nerve coming back here. What? What do you mean by that? I mean exactly what I said. I think it should be pretty clear. Alice is welcome to come home whenever she wants, but I don't think you need to come home anymore. You'd just be a waste of space if you came back. Why would you say something like that? What did I do to deserve the cold treatment? I think you know exactly why I don't want you in my house. Don't play dumb with me. How much have you been sending me every month? I didn't say anything for this past year because I thought that you'd realize and do better of your own accord. But it looks like you're too selfish to even notice what you've done wrong. Do you know how much Alice sends me every month? I think I've already told you in the past. Do you remember? How about I tell you? She sends me $2,000 every month, without fail. I'm sending $250 every month, aren't I? Do you really think that that's enough? I'm shocked that you can be so proud about sending a measly $250. I bet you look so proud of yourself when you transfer those nickels and dimes into my account. But do you really expect me to be happy with that amount? Then how much do you expect me to send you? How much will it take for you to not be disappointed in me anymore? Do you know how hard I work every month to make sure that I earn enough to send you that $250? No, if it were me, I would send my mother a lot more. You don't seem to understand your position as the eldest daughter, do you? You should have more respect for me, and if you have respect for me, it's only natural that you'd want to send more money, even if it means working yourself to the bone. Let me tell you one thing. If you can't show me enough respect as Alice does, then you're not my daughter. You're your father's daughter, and I have no use of you. If you're not going to send me the amount I want, then I don't want your money. Are you really sure about that? Yes, I'm absolutely sure. And in return, you never have to come back here ever again. I don't want to see your face. You look more like your father the more time passes, and it just repulses me. I don't want to accept any money from someone who's going to take the same arrogant attitude as her father either. If you don't turn up, then it'll save me from having to remember all the horrible memories I had with your father. I don't understand why you couldn't have grown up into a lovely girl like your little sister. I don't think I made any mistakes in the way I raised you, so it must be your father's DNA. Alice always sends me $2,000. I expect better from you. You're the older sister, after all. I don't need your money if all you can do is send me your pocket money. All right, then I'll stop. I won't send you anything anymore. Great! This'll save me from wasting my money on you. I did my best thinking that I could help you and make you proud of me, but if you're going to say that I'm not your daughter, then I don't have any obligation to help you anymore. Of course I'd say that. You really should learn from Alice if you want to make me proud. She's always been the perfect daughter. All you had to do was follow in her footsteps, but you can't even do that. You're a failure. All right. Then I won't bother you anymore, Mom, if that's what you really want. Mom, the only daughter I have is Alice. I don't need you messaging me and wasting my time. Hey, what's going on? What does this mean? I want you to call me back as soon as possible. What's the matter? I thought you said that you didn't want to talk to me anymore. There's nothing in my bank account. I haven't gotten a single cent this month. What have you done? You did this, didn't you? You told Alice to stop sending me money to spite me. Send me all the money you have right now. It's urgent. I thought you said that you didn't want my money. I didn't tell you up until now, but I was actually the one that was sending you all of the money you got in your bank account. I transferred that $2,000 to Alice every month so that she could transfer it to your account. What? What are you talking about? I don't understand. Does that mean that you were lying to me this entire time? Will you just listen to me for once? The $2,000 you got so hyped up about that you thought was from Alice, and the $250 that you said was just nickel and dimes, was all coming from my bank account. I was making all that money, all on my own. Why didn't you tell me that sooner? Alice told me that she wanted to stop sending you money just over 6 months ago. But if we stopped supporting you with our money, then you wouldn't be able to pay the bills, right? Besides, I believed that if I kept on sending you money and doing as you wanted, that you would one day acknowledge me. That one day we would finally get along, and you'd pay me more attention. And most of all, because you're my mom, no matter what. No matter how much you bully me or compare me to Alice, you're the only parent I have left. But I guess that relationship is over now. I know everything, Mom. I know that you've been spending all of the money I've been sending you on gambling and on alcohol every month. What's so bad about that? I need to have some fun every now and then. How many times have I told you that it would be a better idea for you to get a job and save up as much money as possible while you still can? I've been telling you this for years, for your sake. But you never listened to a thing I said and would only demand that I send you money instead. You're the eldest daughter. It's your job to take care of your mother in old age. If I can't work, then it's only natural that you and Alice should support me since I don't have enough money. You're the one that said I'm not your daughter. You've rejected me because I look too much like Dad, and because I'm not good enough to meet your standards. You're the one that said that you don't want my money, too. I asked if you were really sure if you wanted to turn my money down, but you went as far as to tell me to never show my face again. But I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, I need the money or I can't pay the bills. When can you send me the $2,000? I'm not your daughter anymore, so I don't have any obligation to send you anything. You'll just have to get a job or borrow money to get everything paid for. I don't want you contacting me anymore. Are you going to send me some money today? Can you tell me what time you'll be transferring it all? I really need the money. Please? I thought I asked you to stop messaging me. Alice has moved out. She's gone abroad now that she's graduated from college. I'm so worried now that I'm all on my own. I don't know how to pay the bills, and I can't do all the housework on my own. You've got to do something. You're all I've got left. I can't ask Alice for help when I need something because she's so far away. Yeah, I don't think she'll be coming back. She's got a lot ahead of her. It would be a waste if she didn't make the most of her chances. She's too smart to stick around in a small place like this and let you drag her down. I heard that she's already made a boyfriend over there, too. She's saying that he's the one she wants to marry one day. So I think she's already set on staying there as a permanent resident. Exactly. That's why I need you to send me the money. Otherwise, I can't pay the bills. Will you hurry up and send me some money? I haven't got enough time. I'm feeling so much stress. I've been inside the house alone for so long that I feel like I'm going crazy. It's because you won't come and visit me. Where are you? Why won't you visit me? Mom, have you even noticed? Or have you been doing it on purpose this entire time? What? What did I do? You've always referred to me as you. Ever since I was a child, you've hardly ever called me by my name. You don't understand how it feels to have my own mother call me you and say, "Hey, you," whenever you want something from me. I finally realized that you really haven't thought of me as your own daughter ever since I was young. It really hurt me. Oh. But I guess I can't expect you to change your ways, even if I'm the only family you can still rely on. The way you ask me for stuff is always pretentious and stuck up, too. I'm not sending you any money, no matter how much you bother me, so I suggest you give up and just do whatever you want. You won't believe what happened. The landlord. He's saying that he's going to kick me out for not paying rent for the past few months. He's been ringing the doorbell for the past half hour. You've got to do something. Please, I need you. Have you been listening to me? I told you months ago that you'll have to deal with your issues on your own, since we're complete strangers now. What is wrong with you? You're a monster. If you've got enough energy in you to pick a fight with me, then you'll be fine. Use that energy to earn your own money. Or why don't you pay off the rent with the money you got from selling my things? I don't have any of that money left. Then this is just karma. you get what's coming to you. And just to let you know, I'm going to get married soon. Oh, really? So that means that we'll have a more stable income, won't we? What's your husband like? Does he have a house? Does he own it? Either way, I'm so relieved. I'll forgive you for everything you've said to me until now. It might be a little cramped if we all stay in the same house, but at least I won't have to worry about the rent. I'll bear with it. When can I move in? What? What are you talking about? I'm going to move out of my current apartment because my place is too far from his office. We're going to move in together before we get married, but you're not welcome at our house. I don't want you bothering us. So, since I'm taking his last name, I thought it would be best to cut ties with you, once and for all. What? Why would you do that? You don't care about me growing old and dying all on my own? You brought this on yourself. This is the last time we ever talk. It's a shame that you couldn't admit to how wrong you were, even at the very end. I'm not telling you where my new house is, and I'm blocking your phone number too. You're the one that said that I'm not your daughter. Remember that, because I always will. No, I didn't say that. That's a misunderstanding. You're my daughter. You're my eldest daughter. You don't know how important you are to me, Stella. Wow. It's been about 15 years since you last called me by my name. It's too late. You favored Alice, no matter what I did. And you only sneered at me whenever I tried to do something for you. But I've had enough. I'm not going to live my life trying to impress you or get your attention anymore. I think I suffered a lot up until now, but that just means that I have a much brighter future waiting for me with my husband and the family we make together. No, please, forgive me. You've got to rethink this. You can't abandon your own mother. You're the one that abandoned me first. Do your best on your own. Goodbye, Mom. After that, I changed my phone number so that my mother could never contact me ever again. I'm still keeping in touch with Alice every now and then, but she says that Mom hasn't changed one bit since I cut ties with her. She was kicked out of the house she had been living in, and I heard that she's now living in a tiny apartment which barely has any space for a single bed. She's been alone ever since Alice left home. I'm not surprised, since I can't think of anyone who would want to get close to someone as twisted as my mother. She's been jumping from job to job, all of them part-time, because she can't let go of her pride. Apparently, she can barely manage to hold down a single job for more than a couple of months because she ends up having squabbles with her colleagues. She only saw me as a convenient tool until the very end. It's a shame that she couldn't or wouldn't try and understand the pain I felt from how she treated me. I tried so many times, but it was all to no avail. I felt lonely without my mother's acknowledgement. But now I have a loving husband, and we've given birth to a beautiful baby girl. And now I'm pregnant with our second daughter. I don't want to make either of my daughters suffer the way I did. I'm going to treat both of them equally and shower them both with love so that I can build a happy family with my husband.